Shriram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
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 Siyavar Ramachandra ki
Jai.
Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj ki
Jai.
Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Shri Janaki Vallabho Vijayate Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Lokashankaram Samastajana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Namah Shri Tulsidas Sadvarishthaya Dhimate Puritam Hridayam Yena Rama Premamritena Me Neelambujasyamalako Sita Samaropitavamabhagam Panau Mahasayaka Charuchapam Namami Ramam Raghuvamshanatham Atulita Baladhamam Hemashailaabhadeham Dhanujavana Krishanum Jnaninamagraganyam Sakala Gunanidhanam Vanaranam Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatam Namami. So in the last session we started the wonderful Prasanga, that entire scene of Dhanusha Yajna, Shiva Dhanush and Swayamvara, the competition, all these things we started, and we saw how Tulsidas Ji beautifully explains the whole thing, right from how Bhagavan entered, what was happening in everybody's mind, and each one saw Bhagavan according to their feelings. So what were their feelings, according to that Bhagavan appeared for them, right? For some wicked people he appeared as a death, but for some people he appeared as Sakshat Parameshwar walking. Some people they saw him as Virat Purusha, some people saw as Shuddha Chaitanya, some people saw as though their son was walking. So according to each person's bhava, Bhagavan appeared and he entered. He came there, and many kings who had gathered there, some of them lost hope. Some of them said, now why we have come for competition. Some others said, no, it is a good thing. We will get to experience this whole scene of Jagat Janani getting married to Jagadishwara. What else better place to be? Some already decided that we will not go only. We will tell that we came only to experience this. We came to see Dhanusha Yajna. So all that also happened. Then we saw when Sita Ji's Agamana happened, Sita Ji came, what were the feelings in her mind, what was happening to her, that also we saw. Then very interesting funny description of how different kings tried lifting Shiva Dhanusha and what all happened there, jokes, all those also we saw. Then when nobody could do it, Janaka Maharaj got angry. I tell you, this is a roller coaster. All bhavas are there. There is a Saundarya also, there is Sringara also, and then there is, some joke, some Vinoda also is there, isn't it? And then there is Janaka Maharaj's anger, irritation also is there. Then Lakshman ji getting up and saying that, Janaka Maharaj is telling that there are no valorous people on the earth. I thought that, there are people, therefore I kept this competition and nobody is there. What will happen to my daughter? She will remain unmarried, and so many things he said. Lakshman ji said, how dare you say all these things when my brother is sitting here? He didn't fight for himself. He said, already any Raghuvamshi, if that Raghuvamshi is there, you should not be saying things like this. And we have Raghukula Shiromani. He is the best among all the Raghuvamshis. How dare you say like this? Only by his grace I can lift the entire universe. What are you talking about, Shiva Dhanush? He doesn't even have to get up for Dhanusha to be broken. So, please be careful. Shrirama heard everything and said, okay, enough now, please cool down, please sit down, don't now create anything. And then we saw Vishwamitra ji ordered Shrirama to go break Shiva Dhanusha and remove the sorrow of Janak Maharaj. That's what beautiful explanation is there. Not that show everybody how powerful you are and show everybody that you are better than others. He said, you go, you complete the competition and remove the sorrow of Janak ji. He is unnecessarily getting very, anxious and also guilty that he feels that because of his competition, Sita ji will remain unmarried. So now please remove sorrow from him. And therefore, Bhagavan took blessings of Vishwamitra ji and all the rishis who were there, and he started walking. And then again the entire description starts. We saw by the time he is walking from that dais to Shiva Dhanusha, so many things people were thinking. Some of them were praying to their Ishtadevata saying, Bhagavan, please make sure that he gets to, lift it. Some other people, they were worried that he is so soft, he is so, so handsome, so how he will be able to do this? And he looks also small only. He is not like, grown up kings, etc. How he will be able to do? Janak Maharaj, queen for example, started to think like this. Then her friend consoled saying that, no, don't worry. Even small people can do big things. Haven't you heard that Agastya Muni, only one small fellow, he drank the entire ocean? So don't worry. Don't go by stature. He will be able to do. Sita ji was praying to Parvati ji. Everybody was praying saying that give strength to Shrirama to lift. Sita ji prayed other way. She prayed to Parvati ji saying, please tell your husband to make his bow lighter so that Shrirama will be able to lift it. And she finally closed her eyes and said, Bhagavan, I have accepted you as my husband. Now do whatever you need to do, but please be my husband. That's the only thing that I want. Bhagavan, when this prayer was heard, Bhagavan looked at Sita ji. Sita ji opened her eyes and looked at Shrirama. First time their eyes are meeting, and Bhagavan is still walking. Then we saw that when all these things were happening, where we stopped yesterday, suddenly Lakshman ji understood that Bhagavan Shrirama is nearing Shiva Dhanusha, is going near, and he pressed his toe into the ground. Why? Tulsidas Ji says, two reasons are there. Number one, he knew that when Bhagavan will lift the Shiva Dhanusha and it will break, the entire earth is going to move. So he wanted to make that earth steady. So already he is supporting from bottom, okay, as Sheshanaga. Now he wanted to support from top also, that don't move too much. And second, he said, see this amazing description. We have concept of Dikpalakas. Have you heard Dikpalakas? Now all 10 directions, there will be protectors, protecting deities will be there. So Ashtadisha, 8 directions, and then top and bottom, 10 directions. We also have interesting concept called Diggaja. Have you heard this Diggaja? Diggaja generally word is used for somebody who is very, very expert or very powerful or very big. They are called as Diggaja. The Diggaja concept is, Dik means directions, Gaja means elephant. So it is believed that there are 10 elephants in 10 directions who are supporting and managing the earth's balance. and they are making sure that the directions do not change. So holding, so what we call as a magnetic pull and all that, no? So to keep that magnetic pull correct and to keep all the directions and Earth's, orbit, everything properly, there are these 10 big, huge elephants. He wanted to indicate to all 10 of them, be careful now, be aware, things are going to happen, things are going to go wrong, be careful. So, but for alerting all of them, he pressed his toe into the ground. Okay. Very interesting all these things are. You see, our scriptures are, what to say, they say these Diggajas, these elephants in the 10 directions, each one of them has power of 10,000 elephants. Normal elephants that we have on earth, 10,000 elephants power will be in each Diggaja. Now 10,000 times the power of Diggaja will be in Airavata. Airavata is the elephant of Indra. And it is said 10,000 times Airavata's power was with Hanumanji. That much strong was Hanumanji. This is by the by I am telling. The point is what Lakshmanji wanted to indicate all 10 of them and all the Digpalakas and everybody, be careful now. Something will happen. Be careful, because it's not every day, it doesn't happen. This is a serious thing. So he did that. Now Tulsidas Ji is still not over. He says this Shiva Dhanush which is there is like a boat. It's a boat? Yes. And that boat is carrying what? That boat is carrying delusion and ignorance of people. Number one. Number two, ego and arrogance of foolish kings who were gathered there. Number three, pride of Parshuram Ji. We saw in the story, he thought that only he can lift Shiva Dhanush. Then all the devatas, etc., they will have some fear. That fear also is there in that Shiva Dhanush, which is like a boat. It also has sorrow of Sita Ji. And it also has guilt and worry of Janaka Maharaj. Very good. So Shiva Dhanush has all this. So what? He says Sriramachandra's powers are like the mighty ocean. The boat will not survive. See, generally, example or metaphor is given other way. Generally, they will say, ocean is like samsara and Bhagavan's blessing is like the boat, or satsanga is like the boat. Here, opposite example is there. That all the negative things are part of the boat and Bhagavan's power is like the ocean where the boat will break and all these things will get drowned. What? All these things. Delusion and ignorance of people, ego and arrogance of kings, and pride of Parshuram Ji, and the fear of devatas, sorrow of Sita Ji, worry of that Janaka Maharaj, all of that is going to get drowned, and that is how it looked when Bhagavan approached that Shiva Dhanush. Now, understanding that it has been too long since the whole thing is going on, Shrirama thought that now if I delay more, it will be too late. He says very beautifully, he says that there is no point in, somebody who is thirsty. If you do not give them water at that time, there is no point that you give lot of water after they have died. What is the point? When they need it, you should give. So Bhagavan really thought that if I delay little more, something will happen to Sita Ji. Because she was on that verge. She was not understanding what will happen. So he said, now it is time that I should do. So he remembered Guru, and he just lifted Shiva Dhanush, broke it and threw it. Over. Nothing. So much of build-up has happened, but when actually Bhagavan appeared, so we saw in, suppose now cinematic way you want to say, the whole thing had become slow, isn't it? Slow-mo was going on when Sri Ramachandra is walking towards the bow. But the moment he reached there, tuck, tuck, over. In 2 seconds, everything got over. People were shocked. They didn't understand what happened. And some people, they blinked and it was over. They started asking, what happened, what happened, what happened? It is said that even Devatas took some time to understand that Shiva Dhanush is broken. So even the Dundubi, etc., what needs to be, they are all gathered there, no? They, with all their instruments they have to play and flowers they have to shower. They also got delayed because they didn't understand that it has happened. So all this build up, and it is, Tulsidas Ji says so beautifully that he just threw the two pieces. He just lifted and Shiva Dhanush got broken into two pieces and he just casually put them on the ground. No effort. All other kings were trying hard to move, that was not moving. And Bhagavan just lifted and broke it and threw it. Like nothing has happened. But after some time people understood, okay, it has happened. Then everybody started to clap. Then the Dundubi started. Then the flowers, Pushpa Vrishti, etc. happened. And the earth started to move. Everything. Delayed reaction. Because it was so fast, they didn't realize. And Bhagavan, like Nirvikara, like nothing has happened. He was standing there. He didn't even feel that I have done some big thing. One thing happened very slow, and that was Sita Ji. The moment she saw, she was the first one to recognize that, okay, done. What I was waiting for, that is done. And it's like, whole burden from her heart is removed. And she is like, oh, thank God, this has happened. And she started coming with the Jayamala, victory. He has done, he is victorious. See, this Jayamala is offered to Shrirama at that time. Vivaha will happen later with all other things, because groom's father, mother doesn't know yet, okay? What is happening here? They are completely unaware of all these things. So Vivaha will happen later. This Jayamala is, offered now. So she started walking, and what a beautiful scene is there. He says that she reached Sri Ramachandra and she is holding that Jayamala, but she is not able to lift her hands only. She has lost all the power because she can't believe that this is happening. So she is not able to lift her hands. So Bhagavan comes little down so that she doesn't have to, stretch too much. And then her friends, etc. are there. They embarrassing. You come here, and so they support her hand little bit so that she can start the movement. And she puts the mala on Bhagavan, and everybody starts to rejoice, and all these things happen. Now the friends are telling her, you touch his feet. After putting mala, you are supposed to touch his feet. He is going to be your husband. But Sita Ji is not bending. Why? Tulsidas Ji says, Sita Ji is thinking that we have heard a story that Bhagavan's feet touched one stone and it became a lady. Now, if the feet touch me, what if I become stone? So some magical powers are there in Bhagavan's feet. So why you should not take any risk, you see. We have heard, and just now it has happened. Ahalya Shila Raghave Mukta Keli, Padi Lagata Divya Hovni Keli. Just now we have heard that he touched a stone and it has become lady. Now if I touch, what will happen? She has not said anything, but she is hesitating. And Bhagavan, when Bhagavan understands what she is thinking, he smiles. And when he smiles and looks at Sita Ji, she also understands and she prostrates. Without touching the feet, okay? But you see, so beautiful explanation is there now. Now, what is the spiritual significance of this whole thing? See, Bhava Chapa is a very interesting word. Bhava Chapa means, one meaning is Shiva Dhanush, because Bhava is name of Shivji. Bhavaya Devaya Namaha, Sharvaya Devaya Namaha. So Bhava means Shivji. So Bhava Chapa means Shiva Dhanush. Bhava also means samsara. Correct. So, unless that samsara is broken, Paramatma and Shanti. Sita ji represents Shanti. Sita ji is coming for the first time in that spiritual significance thing. So we saw the entire meaning of who is Dasharath Maharaj, who is Kaushalya, Sumitra, Kaikeyi, who is Shrirama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna, all that we have seen. Sita ji represents Shanti. She is of course Devi, Shakti, but she represents Shanti, that contentment, that bliss of Parabrahman. Now that Parabrahma and his bliss, so to say, are never separated or are not different. But for Leela purpose, they have taken two different forms and they are going to be separated also. So this Bhagavan's, marriage with Bhagavati on different levels is happening. One is of course, Adi Bhautika level, that Shrirama is getting married to Sita ji. On Adi Daivika level, Bhagavan is Sakshat Paramatma and she is Sakshat Adi Shakti. They are getting married. In another place it is said Ananda and Shanti are getting united. They are one and the same, but still they are getting united. In some place it is said Jnana and Bhakti, they are marrying. So at different levels we can understand this marriage of Bhagavan. But one thing that we have to understand is that Sita ji represents Shanti, number one. Second, Sita ji represents Mukti. That's why if we see Tulsidas Ji, how he had prostrated to Sita ji. Remember? No way. Did he prostrate to Sita ji? Yeah, in the beginning, 7 shlokas. Sargasthiti samhara karinim, kleshaharinim, sarvashreyaskarim sitam, natoham ramavallabham. He had said. And there he had explained Sita ji as Mukti and Mukti Pradayini, both. Udbhava Sthiti Samhara Karini. She is the creator, as Adi Shakti, she is the creator, sustainer and dissolver of the world. Klesha Harini, one who removes the sorrow. Sarva Shreyas Karim, and gives us joy. So this Atyantika Dukkha Nivritti Paramananda Prapti, that is Mukti. She is Mukti Swarupini. That moksha is possible only when samsara is broken. That's the logic. And therefore the competition of Shiva Dhanush breaking. Bhavachapa represents that samsara. Okay. Now interesting thing also, for all the kings who have come there, you see, Sita ji is their mother. She is Jagat Janani. So as long as you try to win over the world, as long as you are trying to win over the nature, you will never be able to succeed. What you need to do is, with humility, with Guru's blessings, and with power of sadhana, you are supposed to cross over it, not win over it. See, in the world also when we live, there are so many people who have tried to control the nature. We can never control the nature. Nature is much more powerful than us. Nature, what is represented by the world, is much more powerful. So we should not try to overpower by showing our arrogance, what other kings did. We will get married. No. And that won't happen. But see how Bhagavan did. He kept on sitting there without saying anything, without doing anything, unless and until his Guru ordered. And when he is doing it as an order of Guru. He is not doing it out of his own desire. So there is humility, there is Guru's blessing, of course there is strength. Bhagavan's strength is of course there. But when all these things are there, then we will cross over samsara. Till that time we will not. We try to control everything and win over it, it will not happen. Mukti is not gained like that. Samsara is not overpowered like that. We have to humbly do it. And that is what is represented by this entire episode of Dhanusha Yajna. Okay. Now what? Now everybody was so happy that they both are now. Jayamala is also offered. Everybody clapping, everybody dancing, they are playing drums and all these things. Now suddenly the entire mood changes. Why? Because somebody has entered. Who is that? That is Parshuram Ji. Now this is a slight different story in Tulsi Ramayana and Valmiki Ramayana. In Valmiki Ramayana, Parshuram Ji comes and meets all of them when after marriage they are going back to Ayodhya. Okay, so whole thing has happened before in Valmiki Ramayana, that the messengers have gone and Dasharath Maharaj and all the queens and Bharat Shatrugna and everybody has come here, marriages have happened, and when they are going back to Ayodhya, that is where on the way Parshuram Ji comes and meets. In Tulsi Ramayana, Parshuram Ji comes right there in the Yajna itself. Okay. Earlier itself I have explained to you why there is a difference. Main story is still same. Parshurama has come and met Shrirama and given back power. That main story remains same. But little differences are because of differences in kalpa. In different kalpas, different stories. And Tulsidas Ji must have taken this from some other Ramayana. If not from Valmiki Ramayana. He has said it earlier also. Either from Ramayana Nigaditam Kvachid Anyatha api, or from somewhere else. So from there, this story comes that Parshuram Ji comes there. Now Parshuram Ji's backstory is not explained here. We also don't have to see the entire backstory, but he is son of Jamadagni and Renuka. And he is a very strong, he is a Brahmana, born in a Brahmana Kula. He is a son of a Rishi, but his mother is Kshatriya. And so many things happen, and he decides to kill the bad Kshatriyas from the earth. And it is said that he does it 21 times. Very strong, Parshuram Ji. It is also believed that before doing all these things, when he does tapas, Bhagavan Vishnu's Amsha enters him. Avesh Avatar. Amsha enters and he continues to do his work like that. Okay. So Parshuram Ji, born in Brahmana Vamsha but lived like a Kshatriya. And that's why you will always have Parshu in his hand, axe will be there in his hand. That's why it's called Parashurama. Okay, this is Shrirama, that is Parashurama. Then next will be Balarama. Okay, but he is called as Parshurama. Another name for Parshurama is also Bhargava Rama, because he is from Bhrigu Vamsha. He is a Rishiputra, and therefore his another name is Bhargava Rama also. And the place where we are, this entire Kshetra is called Parshurama Kshetra. So from Konkan, every place, coastal, west coast of Bharata is Parshurama Kshetra, especially from Gokarna to Kanyakumari. This is established by him. In this entire Kshetra, Parshuram Ji is worshipped. Most of the temples that we visit here are established by Parshuram Ji. And also Parshuram Ji is one of the Chiranjeevis, isn't it? One of the 7 Chiranjeevis who will not die in the entire Chaturyuga. Okay, so that is who Parshuram Ji is. And you see, his history with Kshatriyas is little dangerous. Why? Because he has already killed bad Kshatriyas 21 times from the earth. So anytime he enters, all Kshatriyas there are already afraid that you don't know what is going to happen. Tulsidas Ji here is very interesting. Generally, it is said that Parshuram Ji is always angry. But here he says that Shanta Murti entered. Parshuram Ji came as a very calm person. And then, after reaching, he became angry. So, came as a calm person only, but then when he looked that Shiva Dhanush is broken, and we saw the backstory that Shiva Dhanush was given to Janaka Maharaj by Parshuram Ji. Isn't it? When he brought it and he saw Sita Ji playing with it as a small child, he said, you keep it with you. Okay. So, how dare, I gave you that Shiva Dhanusha to keep nicely, and what have you done with this? So he asked, who broke Shiva Dhanusha? Looked at Janaka Maharaj and asked. Janaka Maharaj was already scared. He is Kshatriya. Now he didn't know what to answer. So Shrirama understood that I should enter. So he came in front of Parshuram Ji and said, if Shiva Dhanusha is broken, it must be one of your servants only who must have done it. That is what he says. Let us chant that portion, and very funny, very interesting portion it is. After Doha number 270. नाथ शंभुधनु भंजनिहारा,
नाथ शंभुधनु भंजनिहारा,
हो इहि केउ एक दास तुम्हारा,
हो इहि केउ एक दास तुम्हारा,
आयसु काह कहिय किन मोही,
आयसु काह कहिय किन मोही,
सुनि रिसाई बोले मुनि कोही,
सुनि रिसाई बोले मुनि कोही,
सेवकु सोजो करई सेवकाई,
सेवकु सोजो करे सेवकाई,
हरि करनी करी करी अलराई,
हरि करनी करी करी अलराई,
सुनहु राम जेहि शिव धनु तोरा,
सुनहु राम जेहि शिव धनु तोरा,
सहस बाहु समसो रिपु मोरा,
सहस बाहु समसो रिपु मोरा,
सो बिलगाऊ बिहाई समाजा,
सो बिलगाऊ बिहाई समाजा,
नत मारे जय हहि सब राजा,
नत मारे जय हहि सब राजा,
सुनि मुनि बचन लखन मुसुकाने,
सुनि मुनि बचन लखन मुसुकाने,
बोले परशुधरहि अपमाने,
बोले परशुधरहि अपमाने,
बहुधनु ही तोरी लरिकाई,
बहुधनु ही तोरी लरिकाई,
कबहु न असिरि सकीन्हि गोसाई,
कबहु न असिरि सकीन्हि गोसाई,
एहि धनु पर ममता के ही हेतु,
एहि धनु पर ममता के ही हेतु,
सुनि रिसाई कह भृगुकुल केतु,
सुनि रिसाई कह भृगुकुल केतु,
रे नृप बालक काल बस,
रे नृप बालक काल बस,
बोलत तो ही न समार,
बोलत कोई न संभार,
धनु ही समति पुरारी धनु,
धनु ही सम त्रिपुरारि धनु,
विदित सकल संसार,
विदित सकल संसार, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय.
Now this is a very funny conversation entire that is happening. So when Parshuram ji says who has broken this, he says Nath Shambhudanu Bhanjanihara ho iha keu eka das tumara. So Shrirama comes and says it must be some servant who has done and prostrates. So Parshuram ji understood that he must have done this. Now Parshuram ji says breaking master's bow, is this what servants is supposed to do? You are telling me you are my servant and then you are breaking the bow that I have given. Now Shrirama ji doesn't say anything. Lakshman ji enters into the conversation. I tell you, he says, Maharaj, see, from childhood we have broken so many bows, me and him. One more, what is a big deal? Parshuram ji becomes more angry. He says, you mean to say that all the bows that you have broken from childhood is like Shiva Dhanush? So he says, you think all of them are like, he says, see, according to us they are same. You should have come little before, then you would have seen how effortlessly Sri Ramachandraji just picked it up and it broke. It is not his mistake. I think Shiva Dhanush is not strong enough. He didn't even have to put efforts to do it. He just lifted and it broke and he just threw the two pieces. Now Parshuramji said, do you know who? Look at my Parshu. Look at this axe that I have. Do you know who I am? So he looked at, it's only because you are still small kids. Therefore I have not killed you. Remember? So Lakshmanji says, Maharaj, I looked at your Parshu, but I see something else also, and that is that you are wearing Janev. So I understand you are a Brahmana. That is why I have not done anything to you. Now Parshuram, see, many layers are there in this conversation. Okay, see, one thing is, Parshuramji is so great. For him to even engage into conversation with a kid is below his dignity. See, I always, whenever these kind of conversations happen, I always compare it with cricket. Because that is what we see. We don't know how wars, etc., or how Kshatriyas were. But we see that. Imagine somebody like Tendulkar who has played for such a long time, and some kid who has just entered newly into the other team and is trying to sledge and trying to say something. How it will be? The senior player will not even get involved with it. Why unnecessarily? It's too below the dignity. So Parshuramji says that there is no point in talking to him. So he looks at Vishwamitraji and says, Maharaj, you please ask this small kid to keep quiet. Otherwise I will kill him. And you please tell him who I am. Many times it may be because of ignorance. Lakshmanji says, why are you threatening me again and again? I very well know who you are. You should also very well know who we are. And if you are so much interested in telling, you tell yourself who you are. Why are you asking Vishwamitraji to tell? Now, Parshuramji says that now it is limit. I think it is time that I kill you, and I have lot of debt. Rina is there on my Guru, and every time I kill a bad Kshatriya, that Rina is, repaid. So I think it is time to repay that Rina. So Lakshmanji says, please tell what all Rinas you have, so that we will help you in repaying everything. Why unnecessarily one person should strive for it? No, we will also help. Now the whole situation was going out of control. So Shrirama came in between and told Lakshmana, keep quiet. Earlier also we have seen that Lakshmana gets angry when Shrirama is insulted or when somebody is saying something to Shrirama. And Parshuramji said it to Shrirama, saying that you are a servant, then how did you? So that's why he has entered. But his anger is controlled. The moment Shrirama said, he became quiet. So Shrirama went near Parshuramji and said, please do not feel bad about it. He is a child. Don't take it too seriously. And please become quiet and don't get angry now. So Parshuramji said, if you want to do that, first to remove this boy from my sight. You remove him from my sight. Lakshmanji is not done. He quietly says to Shrirama, then ask him to close his eyes. Not loudly. But he says, if he doesn't want me in front, then ask him to close his eyes. I am not going anywhere. Now, Shrirama comes in between and says, okay, Maharaj, you tell me what should we do? So Parshuramji says that you think you are very strong, and that is why you have broken Shiva Dhanusha. I have one more Dhanusha, and that is Vishnu Dhanusha. If you are so strong, try putting string on this Vishnu Dhanusha. So he removes that Vishnu Dhanusha, and you will see also in the picture, one hand will be Parshu, another hand will be Dhanusha of Parshuramji. So he takes that Vishnu Dhanusha now in the other hand, And he says, now you try doing. And Tulsidas Ji says that Vishnu Dhanusha is so eager to meet Shrirama that Dhanusha does not wait for Shrirama to reach. Dhanusha goes to Shrirama. Shrirama is Sakshat Bhagavan, Mahavishnu. So the moment Parshurama sees that, automatically it went there. He says, what is happening? And the moment Shrirama takes that Vishnu Dhanusha, he easily puts. Immediately Parshuramji understands that he is not some common man. Mind you, he has not seen what happened before. See, Shrirama has broken Shiva Dhanusha very humbly. He did not go there with lot of pride, arrogance and broke it. He just went casually and he was doing his duty. Parshuramji has not seen all these things. So for him, he did not know. Now when he saw that, very calmly he took that Vishnu Dhanusha and has put, Pratyancha has put the string. Parshuramji immediately understood and he saluted, prostrated to Shrirama and Lakshmana. And he does stuti of Shrirama. Okay, beautiful stuti is there in that Parshurama stuti also is there. We are not seeing that. Okay, Doha number 285, you will see that stuti that Parshurama is doing for both Shrirama as well as Lakshmana. Now you see, question comes, why Parshuramji got so angry? Okay, actually it was all drama. He was not angry at all. In the backstory, when he had kept that Shiva Dhanusha with Janaka Maharaj, he had said he knows that Sita Ji is Jagat Janani, that's why she could lift this Shiva Dhanusha so easily. Now he has come just to check that one who is getting married to Sita Ji, is he really Paramatma or not? He has come to check it. And therefore the anger etc. is only drama purpose. And that's why Lakshmanji's reply is also, otherwise it will look like, insult. It's not insult. Some jokes are happening between. So please understand that this is not very serious. So there is also one explanation that Tulsidas Ji gives is, the moment Shrirama broke Shiva Dhanusha, there were many kings who became happy, but there were many other kings who started to fight, saying that no, this is wrong. How did he do some trick he must have done? Let us kill him and then we can marry. Let us kidnap Sita Ji. All these conversations were happening. Now all those conversations stopped because Parshuram Ji has entered. Already they are scared, so they started going behind looking at Parshuram Ji. Now that Parshuram Ji has prostrated to Shrirama, all other kings also understood that no, this is correct only. So we should not do any foolish thing and try to create any ruckus, because that will be a problem for us. And that is why Parshuram Ji does this whole drama and then accepts Bhagavan as a greater person. In Valmiki Ramayana, it is also said that Bhagavan from Parshurama, that Amsha of Vishnu, which came there as Avesha, enters back into Shrirama. Okay, and Parshuramji goes back to do tapasya. Okay, that is how the story goes. Now what? Now Janaka Maharaj comes there. He is very happy and he meets Shrirama again. He asks Vishwamitra Ji, now what should be done? Now this is okay, he has completed the competition and therefore Sita Ji is ready to marry, everything is okay, but now what should be done? Vishwamitra Ji says, send your best messengers, dutas to Ayodhya. Write a nice letter, tell them everything that has happened. Give them my blessings also, so that they become happy, and invite them with entire Bharat, with entire procession to Mithila. Okay, so Janaka Maharaj says, don't worry, that will be done. Vishwamitra Ji says also, I don't have to tell you, but start the preparation. Marriage is going to happen, before they come you should. Janaka Maharaj says, don't worry about that, that also we will do. So Janaka Maharaj sends dutas to Ayodhya. So we now come to Ayodhya, and those dutas, those messengers, they come with the letter, and Dasharath Maharaj is sitting in the assembly, Sabha, and all the other people are there, and the letter when he reads, He can't believe. And he is so overjoyed, and all other people are looking, what? You tell, what happened? Then suddenly he remembers that, oh, only I know, I have not told him. So he reads the entire letter again for the entire Sabha, and everybody starts to become happy. And Tulsidas Ji says, Bharat Shatrughna, they start to jump like kids. Marriage, elder brother's marriage, or naturally. So they start to jump around and go everybody and start telling that, marriage, etc. Now, Dasharath Ji asks these two dutas to come and sit. And he goes near them and says, all this is okay, letter is fine, everything is fine. Please tell me, how are my sons? You must have met them, you must have seen them. Are they okay? See, long back Vishwamitra Rishi took both of them. Since then, no news. I don't know what has happened to them. Are they fine? Was there any problem in the forest? Is there anything wrong? See, father's heart is like that only. Are they okay? Marriage, etc. okay? That will keep happening. First tell me, are they okay? And Dutas also, very beautifully they answer. They say, Maharaj, why are you worried? Your sons are Sakshat Purusha Simha, the best among humans. What will happen to them? And they narrate the entire story of since Vishwamitra Rishi took them, what all happened. Of course, the previous story of what happened in Tadaka was killed and Subha was killed, Marisha was thrown and demons were killed by Lakshman Ji and Yajna was protected, then Ahalya, Uddhara, then they came and then everything that happened, everything they narrated, very, not briefly, long narration happened to Dasharath Maharaj, and up to Parshuram Ji came. And Parshuram Ji was a little angry, and then Shrirama did this, and then this happened, and Parshuram Ji saluted. Dasharath Maharaj said, Parshuram Ji saluted my sons. Very good, very good. So everything is fine. Very interesting thing happens here. Generally, we must have seen in the serials, etc., that whenever anybody comes and gives good news to the king, they generally have that mala, etc., they will give, isn't it? So Dasharath Maharaj says that malas are not sufficient because such a good news they have brought. So he start to think what gifts should be given. So he start to tell that, you get this. And the dutas, they refuse. They say, we don't want gifts. So he says, why? He says, according to dharma, messengers should only accept gifts from their king, not from other person. It's like a bribe. I, as a messenger, am serving one king. I should accept gift only from that king. So we both can, how many ever dutas were there, we can only accept gifts from Janaka Maharaj, not from you. So Maharaj, please do not worry, and we will not be able to accept gifts. Now Dasharath Maharaj becomes even more happy that if the dutas are like this, how Janaka Maharaj must be and how his daughters must be. So Dasharath Maharaj becomes happy and he makes all the arrangement for these dutas to stay. They stay there for some time, and now his joy has no bound. And he starts going everywhere. He starts to go to all his queens and telling them again and again, reading the letter. Everybody he wants to read himself, and then he goes out, starts to meet people and start to tell that, this happened. And all the people of Ayodhya also, they start becoming so happy. They start decorating their house as though marriage is happening in their house. And as the Bharat is starting from there, they start the whole preparation. Dasharath Maharaj calls Bharata and says that, you start doing all the preparation for the procession. We have to go with the entire family. We have to bring our daughter-in-law. So we should go, Bharat, no? In our culture. So the whole preparation starts. And Tulsidas Ji also, free hand, he keeps on explaining what kind of horses were brought for the Bharat. And very interesting, he says there are some mixed breed horses which go very fast. Bharat, Shatrughna and all their friends wanted those horses. See, like nowadays youngsters will want fast cars, etc. No? So only they wanted those kind of special breeds of horses. All other, elderly people, they were happy with whatever they had. So all the preparation started. Bharat was made in charge for this whole thing, and he started to prepare, and the procession also very beautifully, is explained here, that the horses are there, then there are chariots, and two main chariots are there. One Vasishtha Rishi is sitting, another one Dasharath Maharaj is sitting, and behind chariots there are elephants. Behind elephants there are palanquins for all the queens, all the ladies, etc. Behind those palanquins there are other animals also, on whom there are many people who are traveling. There are foot soldiers, there are servants, there are singers, there are dancers, there are jokers. All of them are going. Vidushakas, no, jokers. So all the while entertainment. They have to go from Ayodhya to Mithila, okay? UP to Bihar. Long route. Long places. Not even Bihar. Na? Now top of Bihar. Now to is out of India, but at that time. So long distance. So while on the way also they are celebrating, they are, telling jokes, and all these things are happening. And the description is there of their travel, of the good omens that Dasharath Maharaj sees, and all this description also happens. Now the Bharat is reaching near to Mithila, near to the Janakpuri, near to the capital of Janak Maharaj. Then what happens? We will see in the next class. Okay. Bharat is going to enter, and then what will happen? We will see. Veeramaruti Gambhiramaruti
Veeramaruti Gambhiramaruti
Veeramaruti Ati Dhiramaruti
Veeramaruti Ati Dhiramaruti
Geetamaruti Sangeetamaruti
Geetamaruti Sangeetamaruti
Dutamaruti Ramadutamaruti
Dutamaruti Ramadutamaruti
Bhaktamaruti Paramabhaktamaruti
Bhaktamaruti Paramabhaktamaruti
Veeramaruti Gambhiramaruti
Veeramaruti Gambhiramaruti
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 Siyavara Ramachandra ki
Jai
Pavana Sutta Hanuman ki
Jai
Umapati Mahadeva ki
Jai
Bolo Bhai Sab Santan ki
Jai
Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj ki
Jai
Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om